96.7 KCAL rocks. It is a Monday, and one of the things that makes Monday better is a little sports with our guy, Pep. Pep, what's going on?
Oh, we try, Patrick, especially on a Monday morning, and there's a lot to talk about. We're going to hit the links at Augusta. We're going to give you a baseball update because it's going pretty well for our Southern California teams. But we're going to start with the NBA playoffs because they are set. Here's what we know, Patrick. The Lakers are the number 3 seed, and they will open up the playoffs in the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And what's interesting is the Lakers, the Denver Nuggets, and the LA Clippers all finished with identical records. They all finished with 50 wins, 32 losses, but the Lakers held the tiebreaker, so the Lakers go to number 3. The Clippers go to number 5 and will face Denver in that opening round, which I think is a very tough first-round matchup for the Clippers, but that's what they got after beating Golden State, in which turned out to be basically a playoff game on Sunday in overtime. So Clippers versus Nuggets, Lakers versus T-Wolves.
Right. What a wild matchup for the Clippers. But, I mean, it just does make me harken back a little bit for the Laker fans out there. I mean, before the Luka trade, this team was going the wrong way, it really felt like. And now to end up as the 3rd seed, wow, what a turnaround, dude. It does kind of show, though, that finally LeBron did get some help here. Offensively, even if he doesn't play defense, it does seem to help quite a bit. I think the Lakers are actually really dangerous.
They are dangerous, and Luka is probably one of the top 5, maybe the short list top 3 players in the NBA right now. So yeah, I mean, of course they were going to get better, and now that they've had some time to kind of play with one another, gel together, make that work in time for the playoffs, I think it's paying dividends. But also, the Lakers might be dangerous. The Clippers are also dangerous right now. They've won 18 of their last 21 games, and Kawhi Leonard and James Harden are coexisting and thriving with one another on the court right now. So, listen, I'm not going to go crazy here and say the Lakers or Clippers will make the NBA Finals, but I think they are both a serious threat in the Western Conference. I know Oklahoma City had the crazy record. Like, their record was better than everybody, and it wasn't even close. But I don't know if anyone's afraid of the Thunder right now. That's my opinion.
I mean, just like you said, the Claw and yes. Harden, another huge surprise. I mean, I don't think we saw that. I kind of felt like they were like, oh, man, like the Clippers have talent, but it's just not working out. I guess we were wrong about that, too.
Yeah, I mean, for the Lakers and the Clippers, for the Lakers, it was, hey, we're introducing Luka into the lineup. Can he play with LeBron James? Can they work this out where they can both, be superstars on the court at the same time? And I think the answer is yes, they've figured it out. And for the Clippers, just got to be healthy, right? If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, dude, he led San Antonio to an NBA title. He led the Toronto Raptors, who, Toronto, man, they never get even a sniff of the NBA Finals. He led them to a championship. If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he is still one of the best players on the planet. So I think the Lakers and the Clippers are both dangerous, serious contenders. But again, Kawhi's got to stay healthy for the Clippers. It all hinges on that.
Yeah, they do. But you're right. In both LA teams' situations, some gelling has happened.
Yeah, it really has. At the end of the season, right, when it matters the most going into the playoffs. So first we have those play-in games, right, where the 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds will play to, get that 7 and 8 spots in the playoffs. So the Lakers and Clippers, I believe they will not play until this weekend. So they've got a couple, like a week off, kind of prepare. They don't even, prepare for Minnesota and or the Nuggets in the Clippers case to open up the playoffs. But these play-in games, including my Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors are in the play-in because they lost to the Clippers yesterday. I think we actually got some good play-in games as well.
I feel a split personality going on with me with the play-in games. Part of me feels like, geez, half the league makes the playoffs, and now we're going to have even more chances to get into the playoffs. But it is more playoff-like basketball, so I like that as well. But it does feel like part of me just thinks, let's get the playoffs going.
Yeah, until another 7 or 8 seed makes it to like the conference finals, I'll be like, oh, why are we wasting our time? It's kind of, we all know what's going to, the end game is. It's one of the top teams, one of the top seeds will be playing in the conference finals. If I don't know, heaven forbid, my Sacramento Kings, who are a 9 seed, come from out of nowhere
Right.
and win in the play-in and get to then I'll be like, okay, it's cool, it's fun, it works. It's a little slice of March Madness, I guess. But until that happens, I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be one of the top 3, 4 seeds playing in the conference finals like it usually is.
Right. I think in college it works because it's one and done. In a
Yes.
7 game series, and I know some of these are 3 game series and all that stuff, but eventually the better team does win. So that's why I
Yes.
think it really makes it really tough for these lower seeds.
Absolutely. That's why you're exactly right. March Madness, man. It only takes one night to be
Right.
better than that other team. But in the NBA Finals, 5 game, 7 game series, now the better team is going to prevail. No doubt about that.
Which I kind of like.
Yes, I do too. All right, so the NBA playoffs are starting this week, and we can also button up the Masters at Augusta, and Rory McIlroy finally gets his green jacket, beating Justin Rose in a playoff, and now he's got the career Grand Slam. He's won the Open, he's won the U.S. Open, he's won the PGA Championship, and now the Masters.
Boy, you can really see, first of all, it never comes easy. He had to go into a playoff
Oh,
with Justin
man.
Rose, and you could tell. I mean, he admitted it. He was like, I was nervous, man. And I thought, that's kind of 11 years, they said, of some pent up emotion. I mean, he just crumpled to the green on the 18th. And you can really feel the crowd rooting for him, too. They're like, just come on, give it to my man here.
Yeah, what was it? 11 years since his last major championship,
Yeah.
and as we just mentioned, the Masters was the one major he had not won. And I would say probably the most prestigious of them all. I'm sorry for all you the Open fans out there, but I would say the Masters, especially on U.S. soil, is the most prestigious of the majors. And to not have one, I'm sure that ate at him. So to get it done. Thrilling victory in a playoff. Credit to Justin Rose for making it interesting on Sunday. But Rory McIlroy now has his name alongside Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, Ben Hogan. I'm missing one, but there's only 6 guys ever, including Rory now, to win all 4 majors in their career.
Yeah, man, it's wild. I mean, it's crazy that he's only the 6th one, and the green jacket is fitting for the man from Northern Ireland.
Yes, yeah. Congrats to Rory, man. Very excited for him. And finally, your baseball update. The San Diego Padres, best record in baseball, period. They are 13-3. The Dodgers, they're still off to a good start. They've cooled off a little bit. They're 11-6, but I think 2.5 games now behind San Diego in the standings because the Padres are 13-3 right now. That's the National League and the National League West specifically. Over the American League, the Angels have the best record, actually technically tied with the Detroit Tigers for the best record in the American League percentage-wise at 9 wins, 6 losses. I know it doesn't sound super impressive being 9-6, but the American League isn't very strong right now, so the Angels are one of the best teams.
So surprising to hear they're also leading the league in home runs as well. Mike Trout hitting bombs right now. And, we were talking about this off air, just like finally something bounced his way for Rory McIlroy. Will something finally bounce his way for Mike Trout? I mean, because you could almost say he's been cursed for all these years. But you know what? Will some good luck finally come his way? He deserves it as well. He has long suffered.
Man, those injuries always creep up on Mike Trout, and I hope this year is different. I'm not even an Angels fan, but I'm a Mike Trout fan. I want to see him out there. And like a lot of baseball fans, I was devastated when, he was with Shohei Ohtani, and they couldn't figure it out. He couldn't stay healthy. They couldn't make the playoffs. I'm like, if you can't do it with Ohtani, you're never going to do it. But now these young guys are coming up. They're hitting home runs. They're getting enough pitching. And Mike Trout is already off to an MVP caliber type season again. It just, again, like Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers, Mike Trout needs to stay healthy for the Angels for them to be competitive and relevant and a contender.
Yes, and before we get out of here, there was also a very funny moment where Mike Trout was about to catch a foul ball in the stands, and a Houston fan ripped it out of his glove. And Mike Trout was like, what was going on? But I guess if it's in the stands, the fan has a right to the ball. And then it was kind of a really cool moment after the game. Mike Trout met with that fan, took a picture, gave his kid some stuff. So it ended up being all good. And even Mike Trout said, hey, I appreciate how apologetic you were at the time. The fan ripped the ball out of his glove.
He did.
Like, hey, man, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I felt like it should have been an out. Like I felt like he caught it and then he ripped the ball out. I
Oh
thought it
yeah.
should have been an out. That's just my take. But yeah, if this was Game 7 of the World Series, probably a different outcome. Mike Trout would probably been pretty upset, but it wasn't. Just a regular season game. I think the Angels actually won that one specifically. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
yeah, like Mike Trout is such a classy guy. Handled it the right way. Another reason just to love Mike Trout.
Yep, it all ended up all good, just like our sports with our guy Pep. Tell me how to get your stuff.
Get my stuff anytime. We're open 24/7 at Inland Sports on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. We got Inland Sports YouTube. If you're down with the IE, you love local sports, check us out. That's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.